Okay, well, here's a little update. These are the printed parts for the Delta Pi, and this is 3/4 of an inch pipe, square tubing. And I'm telling you, these things are so smooth that I don't really need the adjustment screw, but I'm going to put it in there anyways. But these come off relatively easily. And that's straight up printed. Still need to clean them up a little bit, but the dimensions are dead on. I did some calibrations to make sure that everything was, a little calibration block that inch by inch with a 1/2 inch in the middle, and printed it out and just kept messing with the steps per inch until I realized it was off, until I got it right. So these literally fit just perfectly right on it. So, and then of course you got to put your little bolts and stuff in there. But these things are going to be a lot easier to deal with than that. So it's just basically the little seal bearings on screws, and then this is for the switch, and then it literally just fits on and slide. It doesn't even move. It's perfect. So that gives that. So comparative to the machine, it's going to be a much taller machine by the time it's said and done. And then my pile of stuff. I've got the arms done, and in the Delta Pi, these ones, the one that he had, I changed the file. This is his original for the carbon fiber, so I went and redrew it and put 632, reprinted them so that I have it on there. And then the fan mount, of course, will be set up. There's no nuts on this yet, so this comes off. If I can get it off. So there's your little fan mount. 40mm fan. And so I've got this file for these, and I'll use 632 rod, kind of like these are. And I'll have using these ends, because these are really nice. By the time they print out, they're perfect. So there's no sense of putting the ball bearings in there, because his design was so good that you really don't need them. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. But I am going to use the 632 rod, and then I'm taking 25%. These are 250 millimeters from here to here. My hot end burned up, so I got to get a new hot end. I talked to Jeff Natting about that, and me and Russ Grease have been talking back and forth, he's really got his dialed in. Mine's doing really good too. I just got to get a new hot end. But by the way, thanks guys. So that's those parts, and then I've got a Wade's extruder that's going to be part of it. I really like this green. This stuff's just printed out insane. And then that's going to be the extruder for it. And then these are the motor mounts. So you put your stepper motor on here, and then that mounts to the bottom of the board, and then those rods down on the top. And then I'm doing a filament line on this one. I'm not going to use belts. I'm going to do filament just like these ones. That's the center for this. So that goes in there. That's the bearing for that. And then I've got the pulley, and that's a bad gear. There's gears in here. Anyhow, that's another bottom mount. Anyhow, I've got all the stuff printed for it. And these are filament pulleys that I printed out to sit at the top of the rods. But I think I'm going to redesign those anyways and make them just barely fit on the flat surface like I did on that machine, so that the clearance would go. These mounts actually had a second fin that came down, but didn't need that, so I took them off. So these line up to the pulley, so that the line will come off and attach here and go around, go to the bottom on the pulley, and then come up and attach on here. But I'm going to build and print out a system that actually attaches to this, that holds this. Then you can adjust through the top. You can move this up and down for tension, so that it's a little bit more, you can get the tension on each line of that a little better. So anyhow, Delta Pi's coming along, and I've got all the parts. I got to build the base and the top, and soon should be having another machine running. So I got another roll of the green, and I think that I'm going to go ahead and start producing Delta Pi sets. So if anybody's looking to buy a Delta Pi, I'm going to print out in green these parts, because I've noticed this green really prints extravagant. I mean, really nice. I mean, it is just some high quality stuff. So an entire set with everything that you'd need. Of course, you have to buy all the other bits, the bar. I'm going to go ahead and add in a pulley set for 80-pound braided fishing line, which then you'll have to get yourself. But I might actually set in enough of that too, depending on where the price point sits. And also, if anybody's interested in having the printed parts for an actual row stock design. You're going to have issues trying to find these 8mm rods, but Fastenal actually can get them from Fastenal. I didn't know they had them, and they're a drill rod, actually, just 8mm drill rod through Fastenal. So that might help some people find the actual stuff for the row stock. Anyhow, anybody's interested in parts, looking to get into a kit, just let me know. I think I might do a little eBay campaign with my daughter, run around butt naked. Not really. But anyhow, there's an update. Delta Pi soon to come. I'm waiting on some extra parts and stuff for that, but these are 3.5 feet tall, and that's 30 inches tall, so these are 36. Should be a really killer machine, and it will be 25% larger in diameter and arm length compared to that one. Then I'm going to go to 50%, then I'm going to go to 100%, and the end goal is a 4-foot by 4-foot by 6-foot printing machine. So, or maybe a couple of them. Anyhow, there's an update. I'll talk to you later.